dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, and that's me calling in some backup this week, okay? Because I hop on this call, Emily, fresh off of watching Terminator 2. What do you say to me? It was all right. What did you say to me?
Probably that exactly. It was all right. I did just...
Your stupid ass didn't think that James Cameron had shooters.
Listen... I should have been prepared to lie, honestly, but I came off of a double feature. I spent my day off watching both Terminator 1 and 2 because I had never seen either of them, and I'm coming in here. We're not covering the first one. We're going straight to the meat of it, but I like a little foreplay, and I'm gonna say I kind of prefer the first one.
I guess maybe like storyline wise, I will say I was way more into the Kyle Reese, Sarah Connor love story of movie 1 than I was the like mommy son finding a daddy or making a family kind of core that was happening in movie 2. I was like, I wish it was sexy again, but...
Yeah, I felt a lot like I had a very honestly Dara opinion about this movie where I wished that the child was a little older because it was too precocious. I didn't like it. Just like age him up like 3 years or something like that. I think it would have been a lot more palatable to me. But yeah, the happy family thing didn't do it for me. I did like that they like buffed her up because she was a nothing character coming out of the first movie.
What? No, dude, she's Mary. She's the mother of Christ. And they like went back in time to save the mother of Christ. And she's a badass. And she's like, me, I'm a badass. And they're like, yeah, you taught your son everything he knows. And he's Jesus. She's like, well, I guess I'll take your word for it.
Again, though, I feel like it's all like the preamble. And then we get her. We get the actual mother.
That's why we're here to talk about movie 2, where Sarah Connor is a badass now.
Don't get me wrong. She was really sexy and she had really great outfits.
Her look improved vastly from movie 1 to 2, but I was
oh my god.
Terminator, though, his look depleted for me. I liked how he looked more when he was a baddie in movie 1, but I'm here
in the Terminator.
I'm here on my couch with my husband, Henry, who I've brought along the ride for this week and perhaps next week as well. Because, yeah, I'm bringing some James Cameron support to the pod. Because not to say that I'm tired of fighting with you, Emily, but I felt like maybe I needed
It's only week 2.
I know, we both liked the movie last week.
I was going to say, when did we fight? You've fully brought me onto the Avatar plane with you as well. If anything, this is going fabulously for you.
Like, I did take you hostage. Like, I held you at gunpoint and was like, you like this movie, right? Pretty much.
And I did. Well, here's the thing is I think one of the things that I really loved about Avatar is there's so much action in so many different ways. And I think coming off of, and this might be just because I watched both back to back, it's the same thing for 4 hours straight, you know? I don't know.
Sometimes it's a truck, sometimes it's a motorcycle, sometimes it's a hydraulic press, sometimes it's an elevator. But it's like we're always bringing the fight to the industrial park. At the end of the day,
for sure.
We're always bringing the final showdown to the lava pit.
Like, do you think that James Cameron's dad was like, he must have either been an elevator service tech or at least at least licensed to drive a forklift, because those seem to be like loading docks, industrial zones, and elevators are like where all of the those are all the tension points. So that's where the real shit happens, you know.
Oh, for sure.
That's where the movie gets the most tense.
It's like you're James Cameron's therapist, and you're like, I've noticed after watching these films that there's maybe a point of tension with the elevators. Do you want to talk about that, Jim? And he's like shaking and rocking back and forth in the seat. We have to submerge him in water to keep him calm at all times.
Oh my god, yeah. He's in one of those sensory deprivation tanks.
But yeah, I had never seen Terminator 1 or 2, but I knew I wanted to make you cover all James Cameron sequels. And I knew that culturally 2 is kind of regarded as being the best of the franchise, or like one of those superior sequel kind of situations that rarely pop up. So I was like, okay, we'll go for number 2. And I think they're both on Netflix right now. So I didn't have to rent to watch them. And I enjoyed 1 a lot more than I thought I was going to. And I think I would definitely agree with the generalization that 2 is better. Maybe I'm a little biased because I sort of had that earworm in my brain. But obviously it's like a huge budgetary difference, and I feel like they got to do way more cool shit. Like that's just kind of what the Terminator is about. It's like doing cool shit, right? So it's
Explosions.
like got to do more cooler shit in the second movie. So that's kind of where it landed for me. What about you? When did you first see these?
So Terminator 2, like I'm kind of surprised that you hadn't seen them before, because it's just always on TV. Like I couldn't avoid watching Terminator 2 if I tried. Like it was definitely one of those where like I had seen between clips on YouTube and like it just being on TV all the time. I've definitely I had seen the movie all the way through before I had watched it for the first time. Watched it at some point when I was like a teenager, whatever. With my dad was like, "Yo, check this one out." Yeah, like it's like this is one of those movies that I feel like I could close my eyes and like kind of see the whole thing. It's like that meme where it's like, the flight's only 2 hours, like perfect. I can watch Terminator 2. It has a bunch of Terminator 2 to me almost works better as like a silent movie. Like I wish it was dubbed over in like a foreign language. To me, it's like it has the effect of like it has some cornball cheesy ass dialogue that I'm in love with, that I'm laughing along with, but like the images and the way that this, like the storyboard for this movie must have been awesome. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like this movie is full of like these big set piece, like every frame of this thing is like an awesome picture. And it's just like the imagery from this movie, I think, is so iconic for a reason. It stood the test of time. But to me, the dialogue will really take it away sometimes. I really get sucked out of the action.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think James Cameron is not an H horrible writer, but I will say he's a B bad writer. Like it's not good. He needs help, and when he does get help, I feel like it isn't always like enough. Like he has writing collaborators that I think tone him down or like do dialogue a little bit better. Because his dialogue, just like, I'm like, people don't talk like that. Like that kid teaching the Terminator all like the different
that was a lot for me.
Colloquialisms, and it just kept going on and on. You're like, I get it. He's gonna repeat it back to you at one point. It's gonna be funny. Like I was like, it's dragging on. But a reason you probably disliked that kid so much that I was looking into afterwards, because we were watching this movie together, and we were like, why does the audio sound like, so the quality is different, like some ADR is definitely happening. And I looked it up, and all of his lines were ADR afterwards because of puberty. His voice was cracking too much and changing throughout the filming, that they were like, fuck it, we'll just do it all at the end. So all of it is dubbed. So that's why it sounds like kind of uncanny, and the performance feels a little stunted because he was like growing really fast too. They had a lot of issues with like chronologically him being taller than he was in the last frame kind of issues. Yeah, I thought it was like generally a poor performance from this kid, but it didn't really matter because he was just sort of a set piece to be there while the Terminator is there doing cool shit. So I wasn't really as offended by it, and I feel like I kind of locked in early. I'm like, oh, this is why I don't like this. It was like, he's hotwiring the ATM, and he's in the foster care system, and his mom taught him how to be a revolutionary, or like fucking whatever. I was like, I get the kind of kid they're trying to make him seem to be, right? And this kid just cannot deliver on that. He just was, I don't know, but yeah, the voice thing really fucked me up.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was the acting or the writing, or if it was a mix of both. But I just felt like the sort of cheesiness of it lent itself better to the first movie than this one, because like having it be on such a grand scale and then having the writing be like that bad, I don't know. I think a little tough for me, and especially like one of the things about this movie, like I feel like as a kid, you know about the Terminator, you hear about the Terminator. At least for me, my experience was like, I feel like you get so many I feel like that was one of those things like early on in YouTube or whatever, like everyone always referenced it, and it feels like very, very much like a young boy movie. And I think I just found it like I preferred like having Arnold Schwarzenegger be the bad guy, I guess.
Yeah, because that was the big, I guess, for those who are just joining us, we're going to spoil the movie. And are we even really going to talk about the movie? Are we going to summarize that? Not really. So if you haven't seen it, you should probably leave and we're going to talk about it. But the big difference between 1 and 2 is that in the first one, he's the Terminator and he was sent back in time to kill Sarah Connor, who is Mary, and they're preventing Jesus from being born. So and then a good guy also sent by Jesus. Jesus is like, homie, go back in time and be my dad. Low key, here's a picture of my mom, just getting you warmed up a little bit. And then he goes back in time and he's like, I'm here to be your savior, but also low key your dad, or the father of your child. And he saves Sarah Connor from the Terminator, that is Arnold Schwarzenegger. But then movie 2, we're spinning it on its head, right? The way you said, you can sort of imagine it, right? You close your eyes and you watch this movie. You could transparency 50%, one movie on top of the other, and they like follow the same fucking beats,
Absolutely.
right? He's naked and coming into the earth in a blazing orb, right? He's naked. He needs to find clothes. Like it's the same things kind of happening. But then, big twist, he's the protector this time. And the other Terminator, who's a newer model, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is a T-800. This is a T-1000. And he disguises himself as a cop.
Well, I want to pause you there for a second. Like, so when we were watching this together, you gasped when you were like, oh, there's that scene where young John Connor is running away from the T-1000. He's at the arcade. And he runs into the back hallway and he runs right into Arnold Schwarzenegger and he starts freaking out and he's like, oh my God.
Just come with me if you want to live.
Well, yeah. And then like you see Arnold Schwarzenegger when the T-800 shoots at Robert Patrick, you said, oh, so like I was, because T2 is so like, it's just infused with so like I've known about it for so long. Like every artist that I like is constantly referencing it. Like you said, Emily, I think that like, yeah.
It's just pop culture.
Yeah. And like, so Emily, were you like, do you recall being surprised by that part at all? Like, because to me, I was shocked to see that Dara was surprised by it, because I was just like, oh, yeah, obviously.
Because I would say I was more surprised that, like, he was the villain in the first one, honestly. Because I feel like Terminator 2 does have more of that hold over everything, where he is sort of the good guy.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm glad I watched it with you, because it made me appreciate that moment more, because I didn't, like,
yeah, they're like 180. It's the sequel. We're flipping it this time. He's the good guy. Easy. James Cameron, that's why he rocks the sequel. Like he said, easy money. He's the good guy this time. And
it's the same thing. It's the same thing of doing the $sign at the end of Avatar or Aliens. Aliens.
Yeah.
Avatar 2.
Avatars. Wait. The arcade confrontation is the exact same as they're on like a techno club, right? And it's they're like seeing who can get to Sarah Connor first, but this time it's about the kid, so I care less, right?
Exactly.
Whatever. The stakes here, I don't care as much. But then,
like, why do you not agree with me?
Then we get back around to Sarah Connor. And this time she's jacked as fuck. And she's been in the mental hospital, institutionalized, but she's pulling an Uncle Iroh. And she's been doing her pull-ups and her sit-ups. And she's been getting jacked as fuck. And she has a syringe full of Drano. And she says, I'm getting my ass out of here. And basically then her son comes into contact with good Terminator. And the two of them are running away from liquid goop metal cop Terminator. Who can turn anything into a spear, and anyone he touches, he can become a clone of them. And it's very next level with the villainry in this one. And then they find her, but she's like already basically broken herself out. So it's like easy. They don't even have to do anything. She doesn't even need their help because she's a fucking badass. And no, actually Sarah Connor is a little bit too flat of a character to like actually be considered like a feminist icon, because
thank you.
I feel like we never actually learned anything about her. It's like the first movie.
She's like such another character.
What does she want? Yeah, I mean, she's just there to be served as she's the mother of the Messiah. Okay.
Yeah, she's really just there to be like punished and scorned, pretty much. Like, and like she's like she goes through a lot, but about her personally, we know nothing. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, we're moving on. You know, like it's like she should be more compelling than she is.
The only dreams this woman has are the visions of the future that she's burdened with.
You know what I mean? Like, I need a Ripley. I need a Ripley in this scenario, and she's not giving me that.
Yeah, not a lot of complexity going on to that character. For
exactly.
Sure.
Or like, it's like we're almost there, right? It's like, it's so close because it's like optically it's very good. It's like, and it's way better than most movies at this time were treating any female character, let alone like a protagonist or someone at the center of the film. So I do think it's like ultimately she is more badass than probably she would have been if a lot of other people had made this movie. But like, is there something left to be desired? Yeah, for sure.
I can understand why she's a nothing character in the first movie. I just really, going into the second one, thought that I would be more compelled. And it still feels like it was just like, oh, she learned about like the fact that she is Mary and now she's just got to bulk up and that's it. And we don't get anything else. And, you know, you don't really get to see that much of like a maternal instinct, obviously, like even like in the way that like Aliens last week, at least like we saw Ripley like connect and be like, okay, I need to take care of this kid. It was still kind of, this girl was mission focused only, and that was it.
So like, you know, like in a horror movie, there's like the character trope of like the last girl.
Yes.
You know, there's like the girl that survives or whatever. Like she just kind of is that trope and like not much else. And I think like the Emily, I think you said earlier that it's like the first movie felt like almost like a thriller or like
it's a slasher.
Yeah, slasher for sure. Yeah, it's like almost like it's a Friday the 13th kind of deal.
This felt very much like Scream to me watching these back to back.
The victims in those movies, like I guess what differentiates them is that like there's some sort of sin, you know, that they've done or whatever, you know, they've transgressed in some way. Yeah, they have sex, you know, bad. That's no good. You're gonna get killed for that.
Sure.
I guess Sarah Connor also does have sex, and then she gets chased by a big robot.
Yeah, she gets chased by the big robot first, and then she has sex. Actually, it's really reversed.
The roommate with the iguana. The roommate was having sex and immediately got by the Terminator in the first one. It is so slashery now that you mention it.
Yeah.
This new villain though, so we got the T-1000 and what's this guy's name?
Robert Patrick. He was like not anyone at this time. He was not a known actor, and they just plucked him out of nowhere. And I thought that this was an incredible performance. The way he gave cop energy,
the not blinking thing.
I was surprised right at the beginning because he goes to the house and is like, "Oh, I'm a cop. I'm here to talk to your son," and he's like putting it on, right? I felt like that was such a smart decision because cops can just like move through any space with authority and not be questioned. Even if they're literally about to fucking get someone.
And that was the other thing too, is they made this one able to communicate, which I thought was interesting. Where in the last one, like Arnold's evil Terminator was not really a communicator. It's like we're just using fists and that's it. Yeah. This one could be a lot more suave, which I thought was interesting, especially going along with the whole cop thing.
Right, and it adds to that twist, and again that twist that I didn't even know that was in there. Like when we see the two Terminators first come into the world, like Arnold is like still kicking ass and robbing people.
Oh, for sure.
He's being non-lethal though. He's not killing anybody that whole time. Like he's whooping ass, breaking arms. But in that first bar fight scene, he's being totally non-lethal. Like he's still like, don't hurt people is still like in his whatever programming thing. And then like the first thing that Robert Patrick's Terminator does is kill a guy. Like the very he does nothing to him. He just stabs him through the brain.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, turns his finger into a fucking spear.
Yeah.
Very imaginative sort of mechanics with like he's made of liquid metal and he can turn into anything, and it's sort of unexplained, so we can do almost anything we want with it. But like every time they do something, it has such a clear vision. Like his hands becoming those like forceps. They're just like so specific. And I think why this movie works so well is a lot of those were practically done.
Of course.
And where where they are doing CGI, you can really tell, but it's like in the same way that when I was showing you Avatar for the first time, I'm like, there needs to be a big red blinking sign that pops up every other minute that says this was made in 2009.
Absolutely. That was one of the first things I put in my notes was I was really interested to see.
1991. I was like, they literally are inventing the technology that's making these CGI things possible. And it actually really shocked me that it's only like 40 frames. It's like less than 2 minutes worth of footage in the whole movie is actually
I believe that
imaging. Like a lot of it is practical, and I didn't know that.
It especially makes sense, and that's why it's still so good.
The final fight, a lot of those different effects of like the metal getting sloshed out, right? Like he crowbars him in half, and it's sort of this like rippling metallic wave effect, or like the bullet holes. All of that is sculpture. Like those are all practical. I found a YouTube video you can watch. It's like Stan Winston's studio and all the behind the scenes like sculpting that they were doing of the different headpieces when his brain splits in half and all these cool different shapes. I just think that's maybe part of the reason why this movie is so beloved, because it feels so like grounded, because it's literally, you can tell, you know, it's not perfect, and in some points it's like clearly a sculpted head of Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Like they cut and it's like a mannequin getting shot at, and they cut again and it's him, but it's like
I think that is some of the magic of this movie is that it, while the visual effects are obvious throughout, I was not like, oh, how'd they do that about like anything in here. It's either like, you know, Robert Patrick has just like little roses, like little silver like flower petals that are taped to his chest for the bullet holes thing. Like, all of that is like super obvious, but it's all of it is lending to this general vibe, and the tone is so consistent, and the way that all of these aesthetics are delivered is so consistent that I'm immersed the whole time. Like I'm like, it's almost like I'm laughing with the movie, you know, like we're you know, we go from Robert Patrick with the, you know, the little flower petals on his chest to Silver Glorp Man, you know, and like there's no like it's very obvious what's happening on the screen, but it's like it's so, there's something about the delivery of it where I'm not bothered by that at all, and I think it like adds to the effect.
Absolutely.
And quite an interesting thing, the difference between movies 1 and 2 is the budget considerably.
I would say I was really taken aback by all the effects in the first one as well, especially once the Terminator emerges without his skin. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, I think they still made the most of it, especially in that one.
Yeah, well, Stan Winston, actual genius. He's just like the practical effects prop guy of all time. And I think he did great work on this movie and a ton of other movies. And I think they said something crazy like not Stan Winston's team, but it was the computer graphics team. They hired a company of 6 people and immediately gave them the budget to up it to 36 people. They were like, grow your company because you don't have the bandwidth to do this movie, but no one does. So like, let's get started. So I think this movie provided a lot of opportunity for people in the industry to like, I don't know, do cool work. But movie 1 had only a $6.4 million budget. Nothing, bare bones. Yeah. No one really knew who James Cameron was. And Arnold Schwarzenegger had only done Conan the Barbarian, which like was fairly popular, but he was not like a household name at this point, really. And then that makes $78 million, crazy, on a $6 million budget. And so then basically for movie 2, it was a huge negotiation about the IP and the contract and blah, blah, blah. And it was talking so much that it got to the point where it's like, oh my God, is this going to be the most expensive movie ever? And then it was. So it was like, it was, wait, I wrote it down. $100 million, which it was, the most expensive movie ever made at that time. And then a $500 million revenue. Or box office. So totally worth, and they knew it would be, as James Cameron is known to deliver. But this is really his first, like, he really popped off with this one. He was like, yeah, give me the money and I'll show you the money back. Because they used it for smart shit, like employing more people to make your shit look better. And yeah, very cool. Also to know, I'm looking at my notes, if we want to make a note of the wife situation at this moment in time.
Where were we at?
Wife update.
Yeah, wife update on James Cameron. So Terminator 1, he writes and produces with Her name is Gail Ann Hurd, and he, I think, leaves his first wife for her. So after making Terminator 1 with her, he marries her from 1985 to 1989. Then he takes a quick, brief pit stop and marries director Catherine Bigelow from 1989 to 1991. She directed The Hurt Locker. She's like that lady who only directs fucking war movies.
That's a power couple right there.
Crazy business. But they were only married for 2 years. And then this movie comes out in 1991. So he's basically getting divorced from Catherine Bigelow at this time. 1991, and then he freaking marries Sarah Connor.
Linda freaking Hamilton.
Shit.
He marries Linda Hamilton, and but this movie comes out in 1991. He marries her 97 to 99. I don't know, but yeah, so after Terminator 1 and 2, then a bunch of time passes. Then he marries Linda Hamilton, but only for 2 years. And she said it was the worst decision she ever made. Not a happy marriage.
That is
no good.
In your wife, I've done no research on the James Cameron wives. In your experience, like, is there a common theme? I mean, like, if somebody who's been married that many times, like, is there something about James Cameron that all the wives say, like, this is why, like, I can't, this guy sucks?
Well, just on paper, he marries whoever he's working with. So he's working with you, makes a movie with you, and then starts a different movie, but you're not on it, and he marries whoever is working on the next one.
So he's like a work wife guy.
Yeah,
like, all of his work wives have actually converted. He's converted 100%.
Yes. Yeah. He can afford to get divorced. He's like the richest fucking man alive. He can afford as many divorce settlements as a man can have.
I guess if you're going to have that proclivity of converting your work wives into real wives, at least you'll be making $500 million, worldwide gross.
He's factoring in. He's like, all right, well, and then inevitably we're going to have to set aside 20% for the divorce.
Yeah, that's in the budget. Yeah. It's actually $20 million of the $100 million budget.
But yeah, just kind of wild to me. James Cameron and Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton were actually married. Do not love that.
a wife, you're a wife guy, but it's for the people you work with.
But it's really sinister. A wife guy at work. So nothing worse.
You know what? But maybe that's why these movies are so good, is because he just loves too much. Like maybe he's just too passionate. That's his problem.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
He's too good of a director. That's
oh my god.
That's why his marriages are working out.
No, he is notoriously
He just got so much in him, and that he's gotta, unload.
Right? So, Darren and I, it's come up a lot recently, weirdly, of my radar for creepy guys. I feel like is pretty good. On a first impression of meeting somebody, and this is for men that I'm for all the men that I'm meeting.
Okay.
If I meet a new guy, I can tell pretty much within the first 5 minutes if they're
if they have sinister energy,
if they have committed sexual assault in some way.
Sure.
Which is yes, most men you meet, you're like ding ding ding.
It kind of comes up a lot.
Kind of 50-50.
To me, it's always the quickest tell is any disrespect of other people's boundaries is a quick
for sure.
You're not respecting these simple boundaries. What else are you not respecting? James Cameron I struggle with because he's so first of all he's extremely wealthy, which is a red flag. That's in the cons column.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much he's donating to the ocean cleanup stuff.
Well, but that's the other thing. He has a bunch of these special interests. You know what I mean? He's obsessed with the ocean, which is in the pros column for me. Which is he's focused on other stuff. But back in the cons column, work wife guy. He's truly an enigma, and I would really have to meet him to figure this out. But
you need the face-to-face interaction.
Right down the middle.
Canadian. What do you do with Canadian?
To say?
Yeah. Curveball Canadian.
I don't know,
but
man.
he lives full time in New Zealand.
Yeah. Again,
is it giving colonist though? Is it a con?
Is it one of those is it extradition, non-extradition countries? If you go there and you've committed an American crime,
yeah, they can't send you back.
Back to America. I don't think New Zealand. I think New Zealand has good relations with us. I think they're probably deported.
I think yeah.
He was a notorious sex criminal of some kind.
Deport him where? Back to the ocean? That's where he wants to
Honestly,
be.
the Mariana's back to his trench.
Oh no, you're sending me back to Atlantis. Oh God.
And how should I introduce Jen this week? Maybe to start with a question. Did you see the Golden Globe nominations?
I did not. Did they come out today?
They came out maybe yesterday or a couple days ago. You'll have to check them out because it's usually a good insight to what the Oscar season might
I was gonna
look
say
like.
I'm also late, Jen. So
Honestly, like the Golden Globes to me at this point in time, I just don't even consider any of it because all I see is category fraud. All I see is like people
Absolutely,
being put against
absolutely.
each other who have no reason competing for the same award. They're calling movies comedies that were not funny. Like it's just confusing. It's weird. The whole thing is convoluted. It's just a big circle jerk, whatever. But obviously I'm still talking about it, so I guess I'm part of the jerk a little bit.
I mean, hey, it's at least a little bit. It is still a circle jerk at the end of the day. It's still a little bit fun, you know?
One battle after another for comedy?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then here's my other gripe, right? They have the acting awards that they also separate by genre for lead performances, but then all supporting performances are congealed together into
Wait, is that
supporting actress in all motion pictures.
Oh yeah, in any motion picture. That's insane.
The supporting roles are where you should be dividing it up, right? Because if they're supporting
Jacob
cast in
Elordi
comedies,
supporting?
so different. It's pissing me off as always.
That's insane to me that they put Jacob Elordi in a supporting role for Frankenstein. I know it's all, like you said, category fraud.
It's the titular role. It's the titular role.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a supporting role in this movie. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of talk about Hamnet, which I just saw this week. Would highly recommend if anyone wants to bawl their eyes out. Fantastic movie. But there was a lot of talk about Paul Mescal being in a supporting role, which I can see a little bit of the argument there. But putting Jacob Elordi in that category just feels obnoxious and rude. Like, what do you mean?
I went to the movie theater last night and we were gonna see Hamnet, but then we were like, what is this? And it was a recording of a Broadway production of Merrily We Roll Along with Jonathan Groff, Daniel Radcliffe, and
I don't know that actress, but I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, and
how was it?
I did not. All I knew about Merrily We Roll Along was what happens in Lady Bird, right? So I had no idea what was going on, and I'm like, I would go back in time and tell myself to see Hamnet. I fear.
Well, funny enough, you should say that because, I mean, you're really laying the foundation for the Merrily We Roll Along that I think it's Linklaters is doing. With
and Paul
Beanie
Mescal
and Paul and Mr. Platt as well.
Crazy. The whole time I was like, who's Ben Platt gonna play? Like, who is he in all this? And he's the Daniel Radcliffe character, which really interesting.
So I just gotta say, like, you guys are always talking about actors and referring to them by their first names exclusively. Mr. Platt is the first time I've heard such respect on this program. I gotta say.
No, and that's actually a disrespect. It's because I would never be on a personal basis with that man.
Because I'm not friends with him. I
don't know him.
That's not my family.
That's Mr. Platt. Yeah, keep it on.
Beanie. Me and Beanie, me and Paul. Paulie.
Yeah.
But anyways, sorry. Jen's here to do Chocolate or Vanilla, her interim podcast segment, where we will be debriefing about the award season throughout, as Jen is my partner in crime in the Oscars mission. But this week, Chocolate or Vanilla, is there a theme?
No theme.
Slay. And I will be first.
We'll be short, though.
Yeah, there's 4 of us. I'll go first, then Emily, then Henry, then Jen.
Okay. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
I'll go vanilla.
Chocolate. Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
Chocolate.
I'm sticking vanilla.
Chocolate.
Oh my God. You're so crazy. You're like the Joker. You're twisted.
Okay, Hank. Vanilla.
There's no rules in chocolate or vanilla.
Don't try to put that man in a box, guys. Come on.
Yeah, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Also, I need to comment on your matching beanies. You guys look adored.
That's what I said.
It's because the heat is low because we're trying to save money.
It's not. It's like 64 in here.
Yeah.
It's like it's fine. You know, it's hoodies and beanies. It's fine. It's fine.
You guys are gonna turn the heat on for Christmas as a treat, you know?
Yeah, we got a real Tiny Tim situation going on.
All right, perfect segue. First one, pullover hoodie or zip up hoodie?
Oh, pullover.
Pullover easily.
I want to be able to get cozy, and I don't want a metal element.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's the weird wrinkle that, like, you know, the zipper does.
Especially if you're someone with boobs as well. I feel like it's not working out.
Zippers are for jackets. You know, keep those out of the hoodie game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pullover. Also, my hoodie has this little thumb thing.
Love.
Oh, I love a thumb hole.
Yeah. Next one. Do you call it confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar?
Oh. I mean, tomato.
Henry gets me, by the way. He just gave it.
I guess I would call it powdered sugar. I think that would be my gut instinct. But I think maybe if I was making a grocery list, maybe I'd say confectioner because I'd be more like term specific. But
Yeah.
I feel like if a dessert had a bunch of white stuff on top, I'd be like powdered sugar.
I feel like if I'm riffing more, I'm gonna say powdered sugar. But if I'm at the store, like, with intention, I need to know it's the confectioner sugar because there's too many things going on in the baking aisle. I'm not professional there.
Yeah, it depends on the audience for me. If I'm trying to really impress somebody, I'll say confectionery sugar. But that's rare. That's rare that somebody's like trying me to do that. You know.
Wait,
It's
I'm gonna
just
ask Gary.
powdered sugar.
Gary, you call it confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar? Yeah, he said confectioner's.
Oh, yeah. See, if I was talking to Gary, you know, I would say confectioner's sugar.
There you go.
Status,
So I'm
yeah.
constantly trying to earn his respect. You know?
When is it powdered? On a donut. Oh, unless it's on a donut, then it's powdered.
Mm,
Yeah,
mhm.
you would never call it a confectioner donut.
It's a damn near perfect take on that. That's great.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Henry. I saw the opportunity to get Gary's input.
Believe me, I want to hear. I'm right there with you.
I'm going to say confectioners, but I actually always incorrectly call it confectionery sugar.
Confectionery sugar.
Yeah.
Well, you know, same root word.
I know what you mean.
Next one, carrots or beets?
Carrots. Beets kind of just taste like the ground to me. You know, I don't know. You're really having to spice up a beet to get me interested. Whereas a carrot, I'll take a carrot any day.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on beets. I'm not intensely keen on carrots either, but I would be. I definitely lean that way. Carrots.
I would say I've been offended by beets before, and I've never been offended by a carrot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm always offended by beets. I hate them. So I'm going to go carrots. Next one, Boston cream pie or Boston cream donut?
Boston cream donut is just like quantity and relevance in my life has to be higher up than the Boston cream pie. I feel like that's few and far between, but a Boston cream donut is probably in my top 3 donuts.
Wow, luscious. I think I'm gonna have to agree. I think donut, just because I think the ratio in the pie of cream to crust is too much, whereas I think it's the perfect ratio of dough to cream in the donut.
Now, I always call the Boston cream donut a Boston cream pie. I always think about it like that. I know, like, when you say Boston cream pie, like, I don't have an image of a
Pie.
I just
Yeah,
think
like,
of the
is that-
donut.
It's
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I got to go with the donut.
The donut will be a sweet then, because I will also go with donut. Dara, just do you
It is
have?
actually really more of a cake when you think about
That's
it.
what I was going to say.
It is. It's called a Boston cream pie, but it really is a
Oh,
cake.
You know what? I'm looking at a couple of pictures here.
Wait,
We
let me
actually had
see.
one of these recently
Hold on.
at a birthday function. It's really just kind of a cake. It's like a cake version of an eclair.
I might after seeing a picture here. I hate to steal the sweet, but this
Change
is
your mind?
Yeah, I'm going with Boston cream pie. That looks great.
Yeah, it's like yellow sponge cake and then like pudding in between.
Cool.
Dara, you said you have off the dome. You have a top 3 donuts.
Number one's definitely blueberry, and then I feel like if we're getting like apple cider donuts involved, that might bump Boston cream out because also maybe an apple fritter. But I feel like if we're talking cream-filled donut, like a Bavarian cream or like even a jelly, I want the Boston cream if it's a filled donut.
You said blueberry's your top spot?
Yeah.
I was about to say you looked skeptical when she said
I'm
that.
very shocked by that.
Well, I'm thinking just like any bog standard. We're not at a specialty donut place right now. Like it's just any donut.
I'm thinking of the selection that you have at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, and I'm picking the blueberry.
Interesting. I don't think that's ever been even on my list
Wow,
of
that's
choices.
crazy.
Wow.
Do you guys have a go-to donut?
Strawberry frosted.
With sprinkles or without?
It doesn't really depend either way, but I think sprinkles definitely kicks it up a notch.
Yeah,
How about you, Hank?
I also go like blueberry is kind of like my default. That's like if that's
Interesting.
Yeah, us refined, elegant. Your selection, juvenile.
It is. Oh no, I agree with you there.
That is a juvenile donut selection.
And I stand by it.
I'm over here classy as hell, choosing a more it's healthy.
Yeah, I have the strawberry frosting all over my face, and you're picking apart your donut with your fingers and eating it in like bite sizes.
Yes.
That's what we call you guys behind your back, by the way. Refined and elegant.
Ah, yeah.
I know.
Next one, dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
I'm a milk chocolate girl. I wish I could be one of those refined dark chocolate girls, but I'm not that.
Once again.
Again.
Yeah, my childish ass will also be going for the milk chocolate.
Thank you, Hank.
No problem.
Also, milk chocolate. All right. So now I do have a game.
Okay, hell yeah.
All right. So I have 10 entries. I'm going to say 2 actors, and you have to say what movie they were in together.
Okay.
So shout it out, and first one who yells it gets the point.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Twins, brothers, sons.
Yeah.
Junior.
Dara got it. Twins.
Twins.
No.
Well, no, they're in a bunch of movies together. Yeah.
I was just going to say.
It wasn't
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that one?
No. Oh no,
Yeah,
they're not. That's not the same one.
You're right. He was in June. They were in Junior also.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna give Dara and Henry a point on that one.
Because I was thinking of the movie Junior. I didn't even know there was a movie called Twins.
You guys could do a whole month of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito movies.
Honestly, yeah, that's a good idea.
Next one, Danny DeVito and Taylor Swift.
The Lorax.
Yeah, good job, Dara. You're not looking these up, right?
No, I'm not cheating this time. I
thought that one was going to be hard.
I just was at a function that the Lorax was playing because somebody came dressed as the Lorax for Christmas or for Halloween. So we put the film on. So it's very relevant.
Next one, Taylor Swift and Anne Hathaway.
Valentine's Day.
Ooh, good job, Em.
Damn.
All right. Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro.
The Intern.
Good job, Em.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro and Jodie Foster.
Taxi Driver.
Oh fuck.
Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins.
Sounds of
Silence of the Lambs.
I heard Henry first.
Yeah, that's Henry.
Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman.
The father.
Good
The
job,
husband. The wife.
You guys are getting these too fast. Olivia Colman and Emma Stone.
Favorite.
Good job, Em. Emma Stone and Bryce Dallas Howard.
The Help.
Last one. Bryce Dallas Howard and Robert Pattinson.
Twilight 2. Breaking Dawn. Or only the first Twilight. Which one was she in? Was she was not in the first one. The second one.
No, was it Eclipse?
Emily got it.
What did I say? Breaking Dawn? Fuck.
You said everything except for Eclipse.
Damn.
I didn't know she was in any of those movies.
Yeah, she got recasted.
Yes, she got swapped.
Gotcha.
In third place, Henry with 3.
Okay.
In second place, Dara, and in first place, Emily.
Oh, hell yeah.
Woo!
Oh, damn.
Emily was on a roll in
Thank
the
you.
middle there.
You could have kept going.
That's a good game.
Yeah, have 100 of those prepared for next time. We'll rip through them.
No,
Nice.
for real.
To end of the year, 100 movies. That was it, though. I'm excited to be back, by the way. I missed you guys last couple weeks.
We missed
Our
you.
schedules
Yeah.
didn't vibe. Yeah.
And we will see you next week. We love you and have a good rest of your week.
Yeah, have an awesome night. I love you guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye, Jen.
I heard you calling like John Connor Jesus Christ a lot.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Jesus Christ,
James Cameron.
or James Cameron, JC?
WW, flip it around. James Cameron, Jesus Christ, John Connor.
That's what this is, like, as close as the podcast has gotten to like numerology shit in a while. Yeah, we're really going down a rabbit hole.
But also, I feel like if it had been me in movie one, some guy comes back in time and he's like, you're going to be the mother of the Messiah. His name's John Connor. And you taught him how to be a warrior. I'd be like, well, cleaning my hands of that. No,
Yeah,
not
right?
happening. Not happening.
Going to
Even
get
if
the
I do
hysterectomy tomorrow.
Right, but even if it's like we can't avoid the baby, it's like, first of all, just don't name him John. Done.
Yeah,
Second
that's
of all, I'm
for
not
sure.
going to teach him shit. He's not going to be the revolutionary of anything.
So that's another thing. Like, these movies are super fast and loose with their time travel rules.
Absolutely. This feels like bullshit.
Like,
But,
only two
also-
guys could have gone back, but it happened twice.
Hold on. Like, I think that is to this movie's benefit. I think the less we engage with the time, with figuring out the rules of a theoretical scientific thing, the better off we are. Let's not waste
We
any
saw it
fucking
last
time.
week with Alien and the fucking airlocks, Dara. Or aliens.
Yeah, let's just not pretend it didn't happen. No, I think the same thing with the T-1000. Like, don't focus too much on what this goopy metal can do, okay? We just gotta focus on how to stop it.
You know what it can do is cool movie stuff.
Right,
You know what I mean?
for
Like, yeah,
sure.
this
It could
machine
make
was built
$5
to
billion.
make cool movies.
That's what it can do.
He's a puddle. Now he's snow. Now he's a puddle again. It's getting hot. We're heating him up. We're cooling him down. Bullets not working. Crowbars not working.
He does turn into snow at one point. Oh my god!
Yeah, they freeze him and they
Yeah,
they
take you
they're like,
out. I thought
they're
we were
pretty much
done,
like-
and then I said, "There's
"This
30
is
more
it,"
minutes
and then
left."
it heats back up, though. The movie does heat back up.
Exactly.
I do like that's another like effect that seems super obvious to me. It's either like gallium or like mercury or
Oh,
whatever.
absolutely.
They're spilling it onto the ground and getting a like close up shot. Like there's a bunch of shots that are very obviously just like they broke a thermometer. You know, like they
Oh,
filmed
yeah.
it. Yeah, I love that.
Well, especially
Something-
also the what is it, the nuclear explosion scene, just how much of that, like those miniatures or whatever they just had to explode in the studio was fucking
Yes, no,
awesome.
Something I learned about James Cameron that totally made sense to me was that his like first real job in Hollywood was being a miniature constructor.
There we go.
And that's what he did on movie sets, and like that was his foot in the door. I'm like, that totally makes sense because the use of miniatures is just so fucking good. I like you can kind of tell. It's like I like that sort of, you know, disillusion of the movie magic. Like you can kind of tell, but I'm like, it's way more impressive
Exactly.
that somebody built this little set than you know you try to make it look as real as possible.
That was one of the things that I found very endearing about the first one. Like I was saying earlier with once the Terminator has gone full metal, and you can tell it's totally just a puppet and also a miniature all at the same time. And there's one great scene where he's sort of coming down the hallway at them, and you can entirely see where the green screen is just cut out and shot in there. And it looks chunky as fuck, but it's so fantastic, and I love how robotic he starts moving as well because he is a puppet. It just fucking rocks, dude. I think that is one of the things that I would say really hits this movie with an extra thumbs up from me is that like same thing with the bullet wounds, you know, the real flower effects that they used on it.
Wait, I feel like that would be really dope as like a little button, like a pin that you put on your jacket. And it would look like one of those little exploding bullet wounds from Terminator 2.
I think
they
it's
should
just,
sell those.
Yeah, I think see, being able to pick out like what is sort of the movie magic in these films was one of the coolest parts about it for me, at least.
Yeah, it like So maybe this isn't the right political climate to be saying this in. I'm really worried about cancel culture. But like this movie kind of made me feel like patriotic and nostalgic. Like it made me yearn for a better America. Like this is like
I can understand that.
There's something that's so like I think because this movie is from the time it's from, it's a real snapshot of like this is the best that movies were at the time, or at least this kind of movie, the action blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
This was the peak of it at its time. You know, this was it broke off the records. And I saw it on Wikipedia, and I don't know if this is just like bullshit IMDb trivia, but it was at least claiming that it was the first movie ever to have a fully CGI main character. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of caveats that are associated with that claim.
Sure.
But it does like it. This movie just feels so impressive. It feels like it is watching it, you feel the weight of history almost. You know, it's really like
what do you
feels
mean?
important.
I think
CGI main character. Like
I think there's a scene where the police robot guy is like fully CGI'd at one point. Probably, am I correct?
They think they're referring to all the times, where the T-1000 is like a fully like animated character within the story.
Sure, like there are shots of him that he was not there. We rendered those.
Yes, full digital replacement of the person.
Okay. It's like not the whole movie, obviously.
And
just specific.
Hank, to your point, I think it's like especially important at this point in time with the whole Netflix Warner Brothers Paramount merger crisis thing going on. This one is definitely one that you can look at and be like, wow, like the love and the work that went into this is so, you know, again, like I said, I'm not sitting there being like, wow, the script and the writing was amazing. But I think that is one of those things is like, you can sort of look past it because of how much work and effort went into it. And it's just a masterpiece in that regard.
There's something that feels so earnest about this movie that I think that a lot of modern day blockbusters, and I think maybe this is like, it's probably also just a function of me getting older and having a different perspective. But the modern day blockbuster, like especially I'm thinking of Marvel movies in particular, there's a cynicism about them. They feel like cheap and soulless.
Absolutely.
And they have enormous budgets.
Well, you can feel the grift.
Yeah, you can feel the grift. They have enormous budgets and they make millions of dollars, but they just feel like they're being made just to make money. And I'm sure there are cynical aspects of any movie production that is going to have $100 million plus budget behind it. But this one in particular does feel like, and they really pull off an earnest delivery of something like, you know, it's an action movie. There's nothing really complicated going on. But they're really like there's so much attention to detail and so much like love and you could I think it comes through in the final product. It's really like it feels like an earnestly good movie.
Yeah, you can tell that the people who were making it cared about it and wanted it to be good and actually cared. But
its flaws aren't from shortcuts or budget cuts. The flaws are from like limitations of the technology at the time.
Right. Yeah, that's the only thing holding JC back is the limits of technology.
Yeah.
But I think
well,
it's
now he's at a
like,
peak.
You're like, oh, this is like, you know, feeling very American. And the first movie, or patriotic, you know, but the first movie came out during the Reagan administration. And then this movie came out during H.W. Bush. But I feel like the movie in itself is kind of like pushing back against the system because the whole point is that we know the end of the world is coming. And it's because of a corporate fueled nuclear disaster. And we specifically can pinpoint these are the motherfuckers who make the technology and abuse it and pull the trigger. And they literally say at one point, like, we pulled the switch on letting the computers make their choices for themselves. And that was the beginning of the end, pretty much. And the whole thing is that we're going to, what's the company called? Starlink?
Yeah.
Skynet.
Yeah.
Skynet. Like this cyber intelligence defense company that we have to take down and, you know, through time traveling future. So the whole thing is like the system is gonna fuck us. And so we have to do everything we can, including time travel, to try to fucking figure out how to make this shit work. And that's what it feels like living now. Is like this whole system, I am inevitably fucked. So like, what is the one path that we could maybe do something? And it involves Terminator robots.
Yeah.
That is something that goes along with, remembering when it came out, not only technologically, but we just, like, Reagan does feel, like, at least to me, feels a little bit like the beginning of the end for a lot of what America has.
That's a good way to put it.
The deregulation, the slashing of the corporate tax rate. Like, I think if you're living in that time, corporations were just given free reign to do pretty much whatever the fuck they want, profit wise, and like I think about some movies too now that like will make an oblique reference to the Trump presidency. Like that'll happen a lot in modern movies, and I wonder how much of like that stuff is going on in movies of those times that I'm just not picking up on because I'm not,
right,
not well versed in the history or whatever.
And I wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like maybe Ronald Reagan is a named character in these movies. We just don't even know. I don't know.
Well, they definitely did a really good job encapsulating that kind of like cop guy for the T-1000 sort of persona, like the very militant kind of guy. But I also really, I don't want to say like liked or appreciated the character. What was his name? Dyson, the scientist who they go to his house.
I kind of did though. I thought he was a fun one to throw in there.
Mouth breathing the whole time, and then he gets blown up by a bomb.
To be fair, he's like Dyson is like the first thing that happens to him is he gets shot and he's like recovering from a gun wound for the rest of his performance in the movie. But like he is like when he like, I wish they gave him another take. That poor actor, like he's just like like
quivering lip, sweaty,
then just explodes himself.
He's maybe one of the most like comically pathetic guys, but he does have he goes out in a blaze of glory, but he is like,
it's funny you say comically pathetic because I saw a fun fact that they wanted Denzel Washington to do that part, and because they were like specifically we need a black scientist for some reason, and they were like, oh, let's get Denzel, and Denzel literally was like, this is embarrassing. He's like, all this guy does is like whimper around. He's like, I'm not doing this.
Like they stop short of him like pooping his pants and being like, oh no, I pooped my it's really it's that bad. It's so funny.
Yeah, that's like, just disrespectful to approach Denzel Washington for that.
But I do like it's like that's the guy who ruins the world, right? Like that's the guy who has
that's
the corporate
exactly what we're seeing now.
Who's the plug? He's a pathetic loser.
Maybe James Cameron is a prophet,
He's wrong.
Well, so maybe. So the apocalypse that happens in this movie is in 2029.
We'll have to see.
And the way that AI is progressing, we're
getting there. We're certainly getting there.
The Charlie Kirk edits are getting really, really convincing. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows
where we'll end up in 2 years? Yeah.
Who knows what kind of liquid robot technology it will have to turn into cops?
Or we won't have liquid rock. We won't have liquid metal cops, but we will have really cool videos of them. Like
really exactly.
Cool. Right, yeah, and that's thankfully we're destroying our planet.
Yeah, so it won't be safe to go outside, but you will have liquid metal cops going through your phone. So you have that to look for.
For sure.
To shoot your liquid metal dog. Sorry. And so to play Fuck, Marry, Kill, I feel for Terminator 2, our options here are Sarah Connor, the Terminator, and then it doesn't make sense to include the T-1000 because none of us are marrying or fucking him, no? Or should I throw it in there?
I mean,
you're giving me an eyebrow, Hank.
That's like
it's kind of the main three. I mean, listen, you don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we've learned not to put me in a box.
I guess so. Well, I'll speak for myself. I guess I'll murder the T-10,000 because I don't want any business with that. I think I'm gonna. will stand on the ground that like robots are not real people, and John Connor's like, be my dad, and he's like, no, I have to go into the lava because I'm a robot. Like that is the correct ending.
He did the right thing.
Right?
Yes,
that is correct. A robot is not a person, and we will not, always shoot the robot. So I'm only gonna fuck him, and then I'm gonna marry Sarah Connor, and we're gonna go to therapy and figure our shit out. I feel like she's gonna get really into like CrossFit.
For sure.
Support her.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you on all points, except I am gonna say that the caveat is that the Terminator has to still listen to my command the way that he would listen to John's command.
Right. Obedience.
Exactly. Well, it's the by 2025 we're gonna be having sex with robots article, it's the whole thing. Hank.
I go back in time. I have one night of passion with Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800. I then go on to have a whirlwind romance with Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, where we get a marriage in Hawaii. We also have one night of passion. She's impregnated with my son, and then I go and fight the T-1000 to death. He dies. I also die.
And then the three of them are a family.
Correct.
Okay, I see.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger to be the father that stepped up for Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor.
Okay.
And all as well.
She got one-shotted too. They slept once.
That's
she knew
crazy.
That for 24 hours.
She said, "Hey, girl, I know I'm fertile. Let's get this going."
She's like, you caught me at a very particular time.
So there's this 3-day window.
I travel back in time. It's a Sarah Connor's ovulation period.
Don't worry, John Connor tracked that. Wait, I love the parts of this movie. Where we got to see adult John Connor. It's like one or two flashbacks. Dream sequences or whatever, but I like that they committed to giving him an adult face.
I do appreciate that.
Like he could have just been like a silhouette in the distance or like a voice or something. I like that they're like, no, that's him.
Let me take this child a little more seriously, because without that, it would have been even more of a stretch.
Right, because at this point they're like, this kid is going to be the Messiah, and I'm like, I'm not buying it.
Okay, can I just say, in defense of Eddie Furlow, I like his performance. I call me a freak. I think he's a 13-year-old kid playing a 13-year-old kid, and I buy it. He's annoying. His voice is cracking all the time.
Sure.
I think you're not supposed to like him, and I don't like him, and I love that performance.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm a big fan. I think he's cheesy, corny. Yes,
fits the movie though. Like perfect.
Yeah, fits right in. I think he's I think Eddie Furlong is doing an excellent job.
And I do think a lot of criticisms of his performance are probably due to the ADR, the voice dubbing inconsistencies. I think a lot of people probably put like some kind of awkward timing stuff on him that's like not necessarily his. I don't know. But yeah, the connection between him and Arnold Schwarzenegger was like very palpable. You could tell that the two of them really got along and like actually had that kind of camaraderie. It was very, very effortless. But then it was like once Sarah Connor got involved, it was like awkward. Yeah, I don't know. It
got muddled.
Yeah,
because she didn't even seem like she really wanted to be his mother. She was just like, this is my duty to raise Jesus Christ.
Exactly. We had no time to explore like her relationship with being a maternal figure. Like, does she
seem into it?
Does she associate this kid only with the dead father? It's like we didn't have any time to explore this.
It was the way that she left him in the desert with the Terminator to go kill the head of whatever. I think that scene spoke volumes to me in the way that I was like, oh, I don't think she really, she is here because she's saving the world, not because, she wants to make sure that as a mother, they're having that relationship. It's just, it's all work for her.
I wish that we saw more of her, like, dealing, like, she has that line, there's we're in like that, whatever, the dusty parking lot thing. And she's like, of course he would glom onto him. And like, she's kind of like, she has this inner monologue where she's kind of like, she's kind of like surrendering her son to the Terminator a little bit.
Yeah. Right before we do the nuclear bomb.
Right. But that feels like that feels a little fast to me. I wish that we spent more time, like, kind of like dealing with the fact that she's not there for her son, and she seems to like she's burdened by this future that she's seen, where if she doesn't do everything that she can to prevent it, it will come to pass, and it'll be her fault because she's the only one who can stop it. And like she prioritizes that over the mothering her son, but we don't really see that conflict play out too much.
And that's a way more interesting story to tell than a lot of other ways that this movie goes.
Oh, for sure.
I think that this movie, like, is it weird to say, and maybe this is just because I dislike a lot of Steven Spielberg movies. Like, it feels Spielbergy to me.
It's because the kid. It's just because there's a kid there. And we're doing family stuff.
It's just a precocious.
We're doing divorce stuff. We're doing family stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a precocious teen, so it's Spielbergian.
It's the things that I like. There are aspects of Steven Spielberg movies that I don't like that are consistent with his movies, and I think this movie has flavors of that for sure. I think it is that precocious child of a divorce.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, divorce, but semi-orphaned. I don't know.
I would say semi-orphaned.
Yeah.
I think another reason why this might feel Spielbergian, or like there's sort of a connection between James Cameron and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, like those three guys, right, sort of orbit in the like top three space of like highest grossing, most successful, whatever directors of all time, sort of. Yeah. But I think it kind of all comes back to George Lucas's visual effects company, Industrial Light and Magic. Yeah. They did Jurassic Park, very notably, but then they also did this movie. I think there's a lot of crossover in like production teams and post-production teams that all those three directors share and developed together like over time. Like the skills of those people are very much accredited to the movies of these directors that they got to work on and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like that's why like there's a similar sheen to all of them.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
But then you're going to host a little Terminator. Maybe it's a double watch party, but maybe you're only running movie 2. It could stand alone, I guess. If you've seen both of them, though, I don't think I would recommend anyone watch movie 2 without having seen movie 1.
Yeah.
It's like you could, but then you're going to miss. You're going to be like, oh my God, it's the twist. Like you're not going to get that it's a twist. But you're having your little party. What are you going to serve for food and drink?
I kind of want it does still in my head, as much as it is a great movie to watch, it still sits in my place of like, this is a boy movie. So I want to do boy food. Definitely going for like a PBR and I think like a Philly cheesesteak, like loaded up.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like a giant, like you eat half the bag of chips as well.
That's boy stuff right there.
Yeah.
100%. I feel
this is my version. This is how I see men.
You're seeing them crystal clear, Emily.
They're just eating a Philly cheesesteak,
watching Terminator, belly out, pants unbuttoned.
What about you, Hank?
2 hot dogs.
Ooh.
One of them has just mustard, and the other one's kind of like a frilly Chicago dog. And then one of them is your Arnold dog, and the other one is your Robert Patrick dog.
Oh. You got the 800 and the 1000. Yeah, exactly. The classic, and then the fancy model.
I like your style.
But also movies 1 and 2, very much in the sense as well. Like movie 1, bare bones, but we're doing it right. Movie 2, it's got the bells and whistles.
Two classics. But one's a little fancier.
2 hot dogs.
Yeah, 2 hot dogs.
I like that. My idea is that to recreate the final scene of the Terminator getting lowered into the lava, you make a buffalo chicken dip.
Nice.
You find just an action figure. Like if it could be a Terminator action figure, I think that'd be perfect. But it could just be like an action figure of a guy. I guess maybe watch out for microplastics. Yeah. You don't want to get like melted plastic leaching into your buffalo dip, but I think that'd be really funny to like put a little action figure just in the middle of the buffalo dip. Would be hilarious.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Like lower me into that. Like get me
into a vat of buffalo chicken dip. But then I was curious because Hasta La Vista Baby. I'm like, that sounds like the name of a cocktail.
Oh, so absolutely.
Hasta La Vista, and this shit sounds wild. It's vodka, tequila, triple sec, peach schnapps, amaretto, B&B liqueur, which I guess is like brandy, dry vermouth, lime juice, orange juice, pineapple juice.
Oh, that's gonna fuck you up. Yeah.
It's giving like kind of tropical, kind of sex on the beach cocktail, but also like there's brandy and vermouth in it. Weird.
It's giving Long Island iced tea, but tropical.
You know, it's like how tiki drinks will have like a bunch of like a lot of tiki drinks will have like a really huge like list of ingredients.
Yeah,
this feels like a Martha's Vineyard. Like if tiki drinks are from like the Pacific Islands, like this is an island drink, but it's Martha's Vineyard. You know? Like,
yeah,
there's no rum in there. It's like it's all like clear liquors and like schnapps.
Yeah, weird. But if you want to get fucked up with your boys. Watching Terminator 2.
Yeah, dive into some buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, this is a boy movie for sure. Like, yeah,
absolutely. What are you talking about? This is like the most boy movie you can get, dog. Like the amount of guns the gun budget in this compared to the first movie multiplied by 1,000. It was wild.
I love when they say like he has a Gatling gun, and like they're all like in the movie, the people are excited about the big gun that's coming out. Like, you know, like, oh, like me too. Okay, here comes the gun. Yay.
The one that he has to crank.
Yeah.
Pretty
oh wait, are you talking like the lever action one? Like, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
So
one-handed whirlwind reloading the lever action shotgun. Come on, that's boy stuff. It's for
boy stuff.
Then I'm gonna assume that no one will be following this up with Terminator 3 because I've heard most people say that the franchise really only takes a dip after this point, and that movies 1 and 2 are really the only two that should have been made or considered worth watching. That the rest of this franchise is just sort of like, why are we beating this dead horse? And I also think James Cameron stops after 2 movies, which is definitely something.
Yeah.
But so what are you gonna watch after Terminator 2?
There was that scene where she was doing the monologue of being like, oh, they're going to be connected, blah, 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 blah. And I certainly got a really strong Anakin and C-3PO sense while watching this. So I think we go back to, well, not back. We jump ahead to 1999 and watch The Phantom Menace and see a little of what George was doing around this time.
Ooh.
Love that.
I do like that choice. Yeah.
What about you?
I would go, so you were saying we wouldn't return to the Terminator franchise. I think I actually would. I would, but I would skip 3 and go to Terminator Salvation.
Okay.
The deal with that one.
It stars your boy, Sam Worthington.
Okay.
Christian Bale. It's like,
shit.
It actually, it kind of, so it's,
does Christian Bale play John Connor?
He does.
Oh, that checks.
Ooh.
That's Jesus Christ to me.
There's a lot of cool stuff going on in that movie. We see what like the early stages of the robot apocalypse looks like, or like it's set, and the whole movie is during John Connor's resistance.
Okay, that sounds sick.
There's crazy scenes of like death camps, like humans are like abducted in these like huge like claws, like these flying machines will come up and claw a bunch of humans up, and they'll bring them to a factory where they all get like systematically turned into Terminators.
Shit.
There's loads of cool. I don't know if the movie holds up or not because I haven't seen it since it came out. It was Terminator Salvation was one of those. We rented it from Netflix over the mail.
Classic.
But yeah, I have a lot of fond memories of Terminator Salvation. Actually, that'll probably be the next movie that Dara and I watch.
Yeah, both the Alien franchise and the Terminator franchise, and then I guess in a way also the Predator franchise are all, sort of have been knocking at my door recently. I've been intrigued. My first thought was that the follow-up movie you should watch should be Total Recall, which is another Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie, but it's Verhoeven, so it's like a little more cheeky and a little bit more, I don't know, kind of like a funny take on sci-fi, whereas this is more just like straight action. But I do think ultimately I do have to go with visually, just the T-1000 is giving Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Absolutely.
As you may know, which came out in 2007. I want to say, yeah, the first one came out in 2004. Fantastic Four. And those are movies I had on DVD and wore down. I used to love those movies. But it's interesting to think that this was probably, the very early foundations for whatever technology would probably be used for that movie. And it's like they literally look the same. But not that Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer is necessarily a good movie, but it is somewhat comparable.
It's certainly a movie you've seen a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then out of 10, I'm going to give Terminator 2 an 8. I thought it was pretty solid, and other than just some lacking character development and kind of annoying production teenage boy sound stuff, I will say I enjoyed it quite a bit. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Henry.
I think I'm obligated to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a boy movie. It's made by boys for boys, which I'm sure there's some wonderful women who work. I mean, Linda Hamilton's in this. Women worked on this movie, I'm sure.
The first movie, notably produced by a woman.
Yeah.
Scale.
But yeah, it's for what it is, for what it's done. It's a blueprint movie for a lot of other movies that I like. So it's
iconic.
It's if I don't give Terminator 2 a 10 out of 10, I don't know what I do give a 10 out of 10.
Fair. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Personally. I thought it was
I'm gonna be wrong over here.
I'm gonna be wrong over here. I'm gonna 6.5 it. I think that there will come a day where I will revisit it and maybe think differently. I really preferred the first one. I thought that one just spoke to me a little more. I thought it was a little more fun. But this obviously, I mean, for the last 40 minutes, you heard me yam about all of its great qualities. Still, I can't, deny that. So, speechless over here. I left her speechless.
Sorry, I'm trying to come up with a way to wrap it up.
You bitch.
Henry, thank you for joining me on the side of James Cameron this week.
I'm one of his banners. Like it's like in Game of Thrones, the banner.
You're his bannerman.
Yeah.
And as always, when you are on the show, I do have to shout out your Letterboxd account. Anyone listening who has a Letterboxd, if you don't follow me and Emily, go do that. But also, maybe consider giving Henry a follow. I think your reviews are very thoughtful and funny, and you go by a very just system where everything is 5 stars or 0 stars. It's a yes, no, pass, fail kind of world that you're living in. And I appreciate your movie reviews a lot. And yeah, follow me and Emily too on Letterboxd, because we also review I think we both try to put in everything that we see for the most part. Actively an active user. If Letterboxd would like to sponsor the show and give us pro accounts, that would be super chill. But this is not me asking.
Letterboxd, you're listening. I know you're listening.
Letterboxd. Anyways, if you'd like to tag Letterboxd and tell them to give us pro accounts, no, I'm just kidding. What does a Letterboxd pro account even get you? See, I'm not running that.
Customized posters and things, and I don't know.
I gotta I feel like every time I'm on, I gotta have my Justin Timberlake drop the moment, but drop the apostrophe D Letterboxd.
Letterboxd?
Just be Letterboxd. Drop the apostrophe D.
I don't think I agree with that.
Not even an apostrophe.
No, I think they're missing the point. Is that it's in the past.
You got Letterboxd.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Sure. Well, you're not in a position to be giving me a free account, so you don't have to give Henry the free account Letterboxd. You can just give one to me.
Letterboxd, fuck you.
Okay, that's just